that I would want to allow it. So I'm not going to be on YouTube. All right. I'm going to be on Facebook for sure. All right. I am going to be on Facebook. So if you are on, if you want to see me, you will have to see me on Facebook. All right. If you want to see me, you have to see me on Facebook. All right. So all you'll have to do is to click to go on to Street 919 FM, Street 919 FM, and you would be able to see me on Facebook. Okay. Just end it and start all over again. All right. Let me take some calls in the meanwhile while we're trying to sort out these technical difficulties. 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, 771-1791, 466-5391, 466-5391. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I wanted to I don't know. The radio in there. Let me turn it down. I wanted to congratulate you for the job yesterday you did with the seamen in Ghana.
Yes, ma'am.
You're well ahead of everything I have heard, because I'm now hearing that they are there. Whereas you are saying where you reached is that they were coming home.
Yes.
So you were well ahead with your information and your investigation, and I must say congratulations and thank you.
Thank you. And thank you very much for being with us. Thank you. You're welcome. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Papa G.
Yeah, man.
Nation, good afternoon, the big boss Iwer. Yeah, this now, Papa G, yeah, boy. For real, I was impressed with the or you're ahead of plenty stories, Papa G, from in the release. That's our drama there. You boss, and it's week after and week and a half after other people boss with their story, and that don't get stale for you. And that is, let me tell you, the public really appreciate it for the way it does be doing. But I just wanted to hit their little preemptive knock now. Yeah, as you see now, I'm going to China now. And we can talk about the forbidden word, right?
Yeah, you can talk about the forbidden fruit.
We can talk about it.
Right now, because we're not on YouTube, so you can talk about the forbidden fruit.
Yeah, that's now. China fool them now. Yeah, them now. What all they want? Phone, 1 cent, penny. All they want? Clothes, cars. We gonna make a cheap labor come advantage. Take it. And none of the economists predicted that there was going to be the world power right now. And here is the scene, Papa G. I telling him of mine. I telling him, you know I'm an anti-vaxxer. Still, if you understand what I'm saying. But the kind of people I see taking the Sinopharm, brother, and including Dr. Rowley and Mr. Princess, come if you're listening, good afternoon to you, sir. Brother, I believe it is the best vaccine in the world, but they don't like China. So they want to discredit them as much as possible. So people, here is the scene. I is a doubtful Thomas after when I was going to take it up right, and I take it and nothing happened, man. Let me try and use it up now. Let's try and use it up and let me build up this country and try and let me get things back to normal. Serious, I have a faith that this, because how China is a powerful country and they say it's the most effective one too, right? And just because they don't like them, people kind of have doubts about something. But that is my contribution in terms of that. Thank you, Papa.
Thank you, man. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google.
Mommy.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you too.
Well, I now get back home and just turn on the radio to hear you.
Thank you.
Why you answering me so rough, Pastor Google?
How rough are you answering you, Mommy? Look.
I want to know if you warn me, Pastor Google.
What I warn you for, Mommy?
I want to know what is the topic. Anything I wasn't wrong. I left home since after 5 this morning and just get back here.
Oh, well, I'm going to play the topic now. I now got back up on Facebook, so I'm going to play the topic. No.
Okay, Pastor Google. I'm going to send you something too also.
Thank you.
Okay then. Okay, I'll listen to you.
All right. So I'm going to play the videos that I wanted to play. All right. I have some videos I want to play, and I'm going to play them now. So join me on Facebook. Just type in Street 919 FM on Facebook, and you're going to see what I'm going to play. I really want to play these videos, and I want to show you. Imagine if the opposition was in charge of this country in the midst of this pandemic. Their own supporters fighting them. Imagine that, their own supporters fighting them on decisions that they want to make concerning certain things. All right, so I want to show you it now. Join me on Facebook and let's talk. All right, join me on Facebook and let's talk right now. Join me on Facebook right now. I'm going to show you the videos now because I don't have much time. It's already 12:30 or 12:34. So my time has basically ended, really, But I'm going to show you this now. The discussion in the public domain, or in some people quarters, is that the vaccine is mandatory. That the government is making the vaccine mandatory, and the Prime Minister made it abundantly clear that the vaccine is not mandatory. Right? The Prime Minister made it abundantly clear that the vaccine is not mandatory. I don't know how many of you could remember that, but I am going to remind you of what the Prime Minister said, and I'm going to show you some videos, and I want to open up the phone lines for you to tell me what is your take on it. So this is the Prime Minister talking about the vaccine. All right, let me play this for you to hear. Listen to what the Prime Minister had to say. This is the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley.
We are already being told by the scientists that revaccination is a possibility and a likelihood if we are going to remain healthy in the face of this virus. Those are the kinds of discussions taking place in scientific circles now. So having got vaccinated in 2021 does not mean that you, like yellow fever, you're good for life. It may very well be that sometime later on, we may have to respond again to a variant that is so virulent that it requires a response quite different to the vaccine that we've used in 2021 or 2022. So we leave that for the future. But now, right, we are taking steps to make sure that the virus is in our community. Fact. We can do something about it. Fact. We can be better able to respond to it. Fact. But that decision is now yours. It is being said, and I couldn't agree with it more. It is being said that it is time to start letting people make their own informed decision and be guided by the Ministry of Health, because it is not feasible for the Ministry of Health to take it upon itself now in this scenario and say, just give us the opportunity to tell you to stay home, to stay away, to shut down, to lock down, and we'll protect you from the virus. We're not there. We are at the stage now where that individual decision and living side by side with the virus is where we are at. Make the decision to protect yourself by getting vaccinated unless there's a very good reason. I know there are some people who have a good reason not to be vaccinated because of what their personal situation is. But if the situation is simply because you hear somebody say something about Bill Gates, or you hear somebody say something about vaccine is the Holocaust of the apocalypse, please, for heaven's sake, don't put us through that. We've been living with vaccines for the longest while. The vast majority of our children for the last decades have been vaccinated to go to school and stay safe. Many of the dreadful diseases that our children would have faced had they not been vaccinated are not with us. Because part of being a mommy or a daddy here, a child is born, you go to your pediatrician. One of the things that is a standard action is that the child has to be vaccinated along the way. And it's compulsory to get into school. This is no different. Except that we want to be able to have our population get back to work, even as we are keeping an eye on a virus that is still dangerous.
So that was the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. You heard what he said? He wants you all to make an informed decision. Informed decision. Not somebody who talking about the apocalypse and people who talking about all different kind of mad thing. What doctor behind the name and is not even a medical doctor. People who are arrogant and will want to make you feel as though if you take the vaccine you're a sinner, while you're sinning and God would not forgive you. Those kind of things, you know those kind of people? But I want to play you another clip. So listen to this. This is the Member of Parliament for Oropouche West, I believe, or Oropouche East. Oropouche East. The Member of Parliament for Oropouche East at a funeral in his constituency. I want you to hear what he has to tell his constituents. Join me on Facebook, you know. You need to come on Facebook to see this. Right? Come on the Facebook and you would see. Listen to what the Member of Parliament for Oropouche East was saying to his constituents.
I tell you this because it is also my duty, and this is live on the Facebook. I ask all of you, vaccines are available. Please, unless there's a medical issue or a religious issue that we don't know, unless there's a medical issue or a religious issue, I beg all of you, all, please go and get the vaccine. And at this stage, brothers and sisters, don't bother with which vaccine it is and which vaccine. Whether it's paracetamol, Panadol, Tylenol, whatever. Don't bother with that now. Your first job is to take the vaccine. So I want to ask all of you, please, unless those two conditions prevail, please go to any health center, drive-in, drive-through, whatever, and take the vaccine. It is also my duty to tell you that. If any one of you want to speak to me privately after and ask me any question, that's fine. But I ask you to do this so that you could save yourself, your children, your family. It's too much now. Before I left my home this morning, I received news of another prominent businessman in the Southland from the area that I live as well, who left us last night. So it is very serious. I ask you to do that.
So that's the Member of Parliament for Oropouche East, pleading with his constituents to go and take the vaccine. Because, why? Members of the community dying. Yeah. But I want to play this one for you, which is very interesting. Right? I want to play this one for you, which is very interesting. This is Dr. Tim Gopi Singh talking to UNC talk show hosts. Right? He's talking to UNC talk show hosts and telling them that they need to tell people to go and take the vaccine. But I want you to hear what he had to say. Right? I want you to hear what he had to say. While it says loading up, you can call me on 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, and 466-5391. So while the UNC is gearing up And the trade unions are gearing up for Freedom Day. You know, auntie, I don't know. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Pastor Google, man.
Yeah, man.
How you going, brother?
I cool?
Yeah, man. I'm going to say hello to my brother, Ricky in St. James. Pastor Google, thanks for zeroing laser into the topic with the arrogance of leaders of the society. People who have a doctorate and with medical doctors who talking about them waiting on Cuban vaccine and all them sort of foolishness. There must have been any Cuban hospital in Cuba to witness the medical program in Cuba. I was there and I could talk about it. I know there was no hospital. And me and your people passed the Google, you know, me and your people look like we were doing in the hospital, but they went tell all about that. So I don't want to hear them. And the arrogance is people who in positions who knows nothing about medicine, right? People need to go get vaccinated because this thing don't discriminate. There's no joke. And they say for a health reason. But all the tomfoolery that I hear, there's a price to pay for that. Because the same people who are encouraging you and telling you this and that and the other, they know for a fact if they don't have the vaccine in them, you can't choose. It's life for them. So I hope that people do what they have to do. And all who telling you, all the intellectuals who telling you about Cuban vaccines, ask them if there was any medical hospital in Cuba to tell you how the Cuban medical system is. I were there. I could tell you what me and your people were doing in the hospital, and people who don't look like me and you were the medical doctors. So don't tell the people it's only talk. So people go out and do what all they have to do. Thanks, Pastor Google.
All right, thank you very much. So I have the video ready to show what Dr. Tim Gopi Singh appealing to UNC supporters and talk show hosts to go and take the vaccine. And I want to play for you the outcome of the discussion. Listen to how the arrogance and listen to what they had to say. Listen to this, you know. Listen to the arrogance of the UNC talk show host while Mr. Tim Gopi Singh is trying to get his point across. Listen to this.
Vaccinate or do not, because there are many concerns. And of course, vaccinate.
I can find little or no reason why an individual will not want to take the vaccine. Vaccinate. I can find little or no reason why an individual will not want to take the vaccine.
Because there are many concerns. And of course, vaccinate.
I can find little or no reason why an individual will not want to take the vaccine. Take any vaccine that is available for you. That we have the Sinopharm now. Unfortunately, some persons are still reluctant to get the vaccine, but I advise, please go and get your vaccine because it will protect you from being severely ill, even though you may get the virus again, the COVID virus, or having to be hospitalized. In the United States now, there is information coming out that in most of the states where there is a high incidence of hospitalization, more than 98% of these patients who are hospitalized are unvaccinated. So I want to join with the government, the Minister of Health and his team and all our medical colleagues and nursing colleagues and so on, to continue to advise strongly for vaccination. And I advise every citizen. I can't find one medical reason so far, a very exceptional circumstance, why someone would not want to have the vaccination.
Doc, so I want to apologize, Doc. I want to apologize in advance based on talking, based on the people that you're saying that you can't find one reason why people should not go and vaccinate. But people have seen many reasons whereby people going and vaccinate. Again, one, it must be people's choice. One.
Yes, it's a choice. But
right. Two, the government putting it across. Doc, I don't know if this user man was in government, and I'm glad this talk come out. But the government is putting it across now. Vaccinate or operate. We're starting to have serious problems with people and workplaces, organizing.
And you have to educate the population because people have fears about the vaccine. You must try to alleviate their fears rather than perpetuating their fears. Some people will read something or get on social media. Social media is filled with wrong information and misinformation. But when you do the research from all the medical journals, like the Journal of American Medical Association, the British Medical Journal, and so on, Lancet, which are world authorities, and we as physicians and clinicians.
But Doc, I'm glad you're going that direction.
So I don't want to play no more. I don't want to. I just can't take the voice, boy. See that voice? That voice annoying. But I wanted you to hear how you heard Dr. Munilal saying he pleading to the people take the vaccine. Dr. Tim Gopi Singh saying, "Oh yeah," and you're hearing the arrogance from the talk show host. And if I play the ending of the clip, you'll hear where Mr. Tim Gopi Singh say, "You see that? See that? You see that level of arrogance? I ain't staying under. I go on."
Papa G.
Yes, sir.
You could have edited out that man questioning just that he pulled the Tarati by.
Yeah, but you see, I have to play part of the.
I know it.
Because you see, at the end of the day, these are the fellas who talking on behalf of them.
Yes, Jed. I saw a lot of UNC people catch themselves and realizing the dunces. But I want to say something that the following are the dunces and the Tarati according to Dominic. Dominic, good afternoon. Yes, now and neutralizing, you know, as far as no, you know, I don't like Mr. Munilal politically, right? Not personally.
A lot of people.
Right, I don't like him. But I'm neutralizing. I want to tell him thanks. And I want to tell Dr. Gopi Singh thanks. And Papa G, this is naturally how it's supposed to be. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I want to give them my support. I want to big them up in terms of how they neutralize themselves and coming out with reality. I ain't going on the political road, the PNM UNC road. This is what they call maturity. Thanks, Papa G. Next time, edit out that I'll go on later.
I had to play it for you all to hear. I had to play it. Hello, good afternoon.
But Pastor Google, who said the pace? Who said the train? I mean, the train. Who said the train?
Who said it?
Is Dr. Munilal on the Monday night drinking for
Right. You know, I was trying to find that clip.
Guinea pig.
Yes, and I was trying to find. Caller.
You know what I make the backside? Huh?
Caller, I was trying to find that clip because I wanted to bring the two together and show. Watch how he walk right back on his wicket.
Listen to me. It had a man from Penal. Man, he knocked at an oil radio station as guinea pig, and the government this and China is a communist country. You know, when the disaster take place, they set a depth. You know, all of them put a tail between the leg, and they go and take it, and they have the illiterate ones now talking the vaccine bad, and them don't take it already. You understand? I tell you, dangerous man. UNC, for political reason, you know, all the Chinese vaccine is for guinea pig, and only this. And only that. You understand? Pastor Google.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I glad to hear. You see, that's why I play it for you all to hear for yourself. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. How are you this afternoon, sir?
Well, I tried my best to be cool, humble, and polite.
You see, as you say, the man walked back on the wicket.
He walked back on the wicket?
There's a reason for that, Pastor Google. Let me explain to you the reason. Hear what he said? You heard what he said in his speech? A prominent businessman.
Yes, and a lot of... I am from San Fernando, and I can tell you.
So let me explain to you why he walked back on the wicket. Because his leader is not saying what he is saying.
No.
Right. There's a division within the party right now. Kingsley, after last night, singing more or less the same song that Munilal is singing. Munilal apparently... or allegedly has pulled all the activists or all the African activists off the Kamla Prasad campaign. If you observe what is going on. Nobody's singing for Kamala anymore. They might sing for the UNC, but they're not saying the mother of the nation. So
really? So it's not the mother of the nation again?
No, she is, but they're not singing it. If you observe, what is taking place is our financiers now are being crippled. So our financiers who would back the party are now being, how to put it, want of a better word, they're now being passed away because it's a financier that passed away, you know. And I need to get financiers to keep the party afloat. And the financiers are businessmen.
Yeah.
And in order to get the business open, my workers have to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
That's the Pastor Google.
Yep.
Right. So in order to get the business open, if one side mantra singing, because if you heard her on Monday night, she's calling for unity. Because she's not saying vaccinated, and the Roberts and them saying they're not taking it, and our next one said they're not taking it. She hasn't said whether she would take it or not. But if Munilal and everybody else is saying so, there's a division. If you understand my point.
Yeah. So the camp divided?
Yes, because the financiers are feeling it now. The financiers who finance that party are mostly businessmen.
Right.
They are feeling it because if the lockdown continues, their business could close down and never come back.
I hear you.
So the best thing to do is not get people vaccinated and get the place running. And if the opposition leader is not singing what you just played about Munilal and the past Minister of Education or Health, if she's not singing the same song, what do you think is going to happen to the financiers? Who are they going to back? Who do you think they're going to back? Not the man who's singing vaccinate to operate, which is Munilal. Understand what's taking place there? Enjoy your morning, Pastor Google Kingsley, and you guys, 4 more years.
4 more years. So they can't take that 4 more. That 4 more.
4 more.
That 4 more hurting them, you know. That 4 more, it is something good for them at all, you know. That 4 more hurting them real bad, yes. I have to go for a break and come back. When I come back, I continue to take your calls right after this.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Nobody selling you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's good. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch. Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Len Capital Certificates is a passive income service company located at Princess Margaret Street in San Fernando and Fifth Street South Woodbrook. At Len Capital, investing is made simple. You invest with us. We make the investments and then you collect returns either monthly or yearly. We have 5 different options you can choose from, and each investment option comes with different benefits starting from TT $5,000. For more information, contact 399-0307. Len Capital Certificates. It's all about you.
Get your vaccine. Well. Since I was pitching marbles, the place was good. I went and did some doubles, the place was good. I went by the beach and I watched the skies, it was a paradise. But when COVID touched down that day, and I see the cases start to raise, I tell you, if you don't get vaccinated, it's trouble for the place to be good again. For the place to be good again. For the place to be good again. No more lockdown in Port of Spain. For TNT to be good again. Right? So we could mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. So we could mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. Yo, this is Iwer George, big boss of the business. And this is the message from the North Central Regional Health Authority.
From the moment you first crossed eyes,
It's a girl.
to their very first bowl of cereal, open wide, going into parenthood means nourishing your little one to reach their fullest potential. With Nestum Nature's Selections infant cereals, give 30% more whole grain with 15 vitamins and minerals, including iron, all with no added sugar. Nature's Selection. Give your baby the best. Nestum, from 6 months onwards.
You have been asking for him, and now he's on every second and fourth Friday from 1:15 to 1:45. Pastor, lawyer Dave McKenzie on the street, 919 FM. Call him and ask him about any legal matters that may be confronting you. Also, you have questions about the Bible, about spirituality and religion. He is able to answer. Join Pastor, lawyer Dave McKenzie on the street, 919 FM. Every second and fourth Friday from 1:15 to 1:45, as he will be dealing with legal matters and matters of spirituality on the street, 919 FM.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship Children's Hour and the Word from 1 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
At Health and Wealth Lifestyle, we offer a wide range of services: blood analysis, iridology, acupuncture, foot detox, foot massages, gua sha, hot stone therapy, fire therapy, legs and feet massage therapy, mineral scrubs, acrotherapy, cupping.
We also have a wide variety of supplements: silver, zinc and magnesium, body light, and lots more.
We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle operate our business in a clean, safe, and comfortable environment. We frequently sanitize our compound and abide by all the COVID guidelines that are currently in place.
So come on down to Health and Wealth Lifestyle, where we treat you like family. Book your appointment today. Call us at 1-868-275-8359
or 1-868-288-1108.
And remember, your health is your wealth, and prevention is always better than medication.
Hey guys, it's Aisha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home, or get this, you can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestateTT.com. O'Neill is spelled O-N-E-I-L, or just call Keelan direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
The
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ailing, you can get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the house of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God. God's word direct from his throne room in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Brandon B again with another anthem. Yeah. Tell me why we can hardly hear positive music in this nation.
342-0081 771-17191. Welcome back. Welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm taking your calls. Tell me, what are your thoughts? From what Mr. Barataria is saying, is that there is a division in the camp. They're fighting among themselves. Apparently, there's a war. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Yes, sir.
Pastor Google, all I could tell the people trying to go, do what you have to do. Try not to get distracted by the pseudo conspiracy theories out there, because there's a lot of conspiracy theories.
A lot.
And the most infamous one, particularly those Christians who are convinced that this thing is 666, the mark of the beast. Do you know that years ago, some certain pastors say that the internet was the mark of the beast?
Some pastors said, I remember when we were going into 2000, when the world was going into 2000, they said that the world was going to end.
Yeah. Yes, and 2011, and then when you had the Gulf War, they say it was World War III, that was the mark of the beast, the Antichrist, but I remember the mark of the beast was originally the internet. I remember there was a pastor who was convinced that it was the internet, right? The www, World Wide Web, was 666. So now the story changed now that this thing now, that they're giving out, the jab, is 666. Pastor Google, I don't know now. So, I'm now trying to understand. Pastor Google is not really that problem we have now. Apparently, there's also a job hesitancy in Tobago.
Really? Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google.
Uh-huh.
Me again, I wonder, thinking about something a long time. I don't want to run your program for you, but I say you're a good man to do that. You will cut it with an hour, 2 hours, one of these days, and you want to focus on Dr. Rowley and his stepping down and getting somebody new, and you could have a vote on it. Because for me, I will challenge him to go back up. I see plenty future in Dr. Rowley. You understand? He's not greedy and want power and whatnot thing. And his experience. The man have an action like my father. He put it like my father. His experience. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, work out a day, and you can hear the pain and people calling, because I want this man to go back up. I want this man to go back up. I've seen it, we. And every day you've seen it. You want no fall, and you want a man, besides wisdom, physically strong. You've seen it. You understand what I mean? Because you can train somebody else in the bar. Me, I didn't see nobody there ready for that yet. Be honest. I ain't seen nobody. The type of experience this man have, I ain't seen nobody ready for that. I ain't seen it there. Honest to God, I ain't seen it there. Yeah, Pastor Google.
All right.
Yeah.
342-0081. 342-0081. 771-1791. 771-1791. So we were looking at today, because you know the whole mobilization by UNC activists, especially for the protests that they want to have, is because they're believing that the government is making this thing mandatory. When I played for you a clip a while ago where Dr. Rowley said that it's not mandatory. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hi, good afternoon.
I want to tell Mrs. Manning happy birthday today.
Happy belated birthday.
Many, many more, yes. And my own is the 17th, Tuesday coming here. So if I get to come in to say happy birthday to myself, yeah?
All right.
And her husband own is the same day with me. Okay? Yes. So I wanted to remember them that day. Manning own is the same day with me. And two of us born the 17th of August. Okay? So have a pleasant day. And Miss Manning, happy birthday. I hope you enjoy your day today. Okay, darling. Bye-bye.
Okay, thanks for calling. And happy birthday if I don't remember. Happy birthday if I don't remember. All right, so taking your calls, 342-0081, 771-1791, 466-5391.
JC, na 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 na, over me, yeah, 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 yeah. Lord, I come before your throne, with my hands lifted to you, in adoration. Yeah, yeah, real. JC, na 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 na, over me, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pastor Google. Just tell my mother good evening from her, please. Claudia King. Just tell she good evening from her, please.
All right.
She's a not listener at your program too.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Miss Claudia.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you very much.
Come safe. Don't get no wet.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, take care, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. The Prime Minister telling me to take the vaccine, right? It will save your life 90-something percent, 96 or 98%, right? Of living. And 2% maybe you trust God with it. But that is not what I call for. If the vaccine saving your life 98%, then why it is the Prime Minister don't feel safe around unvaccinated people? Could you tell me that? Did he really take the vaccine? Or not? Or is he sure that he would live if he get the virus, although he says the vaccine will save your life? What it is really?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor. When is the party?
What party?
Mrs. Manning birthday.
It was yesterday.
Birthday party and Brian's birthday party.
Mrs. Manning
birthday done gone.
Mrs. Manning.
You keep all the birthday easy.
Say that
your
again?
Party. Excuse?
All right.
I say, well, I don't know. I just pulling your legs. But you see son too, you know. Brian is his son, you is his son too.
All right.
Have a blessed day, bye-bye.
Thank you. All right.
Good evening, Pastor Google. Good afternoon, Pastor Google. You understand? I like the topic I take on with this morning. Don't worry them, you know. Don't worry them. But half of them who talking with that stupidness. You understand? Half of them going to take the vaccine. I went and take my last shot today. I went and take my first shot, nothing can happen. I went and take my second shot today, nothing can happen. You understand? Nothing can happen. So I don't know what the hell them talking about. About vaccine and vaccine. Go and take the vaccine and let people get to go to work. That's what they have to do.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, Pastor. I call to respond to that voice, though, that you say. Partner, the idea about the prime minister, I don't know where you get that concept, because I tell them I had my second job. And depending on who coming in my house, if you ain't get it, you stay outside. Laughing, I dead serious. Depends on who coming by me. Once you ain't get it, you stay outside. Because here we're going on. The unvaccinated is creating a mutation, brother. The unvaccinated, once they continue to get the virus, it mutates. That is how we have the Delta variant. So now, I already get vaccinated from one strain. You come unvaccinated and carrying the other one, right? Because I don't know if you could be a carrier or not. You know, there are people who carrying it and not sick, right? You're a carrier and you come and leave the Delta variant by me. Unfortunately, because I get the vaccine, it was able to save my life. Other than that, I died. Not so. That is why I tell them when they reach by my door, if I know you ain't get it, you stay by the gate. You hand me where you are, and I'm a sanitizer, spray down right by the gate, and I collect it from you. That is how bad it is. So, partner, that is why. So, that is why the workplace is telling people when you come to work, you have to be vaccinated. Because if you come to work, and I have 100 workers, one person come and get 10 people, does it slow down my production and my business, and I start to lose profit? That is my workplace, and my workplace, these people have people to go home to as well. So you come and you give work my ego. I get it at work. So now I am the employer. Look, they're looking for compensation from me. Not so?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, partner, that is why. Enjoy evening again, Pastor Google.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hey, good afternoon, Zena.
Yeah, how are you to study this weather? How are you getting home? I hope you don't have to swim to go home.
Nah, man.
All right. Nice weather for ducks, man. Well, me no young duck, but I dive back in my bed. I taking my siesta now again. Yeah, Pastor Google. I'm just listening today. You see me, I have no vaccine talk. But I just want to know why people want to agitate to feel they could do what they see going on up the islands. What they want to bring it here for? Trinidadians too happy, you know. Trinidadians and Tobagonians. We too very, very happy here. They don't know how good they have it. And they're trying to want to misbehave. What our dear Prime Minister has done to many of them? I'll tell you what happened. You see that thing, that the change up of the certain laws for the THA. A lot of people get giddy now. We'll wait to see who all going to put themselves up to get a seat in the THA. Oh, they get giddy, and a lot of them come out of their shell now and start to feel they could bad talk Dr. Rowley. Oh, you do over there now. Don't all you do all your own dear countryman that. Oh God, not for the sake of a seat in the Tobago House of Assembly. Tobagonians, all calm all yourself and try to be good. Thank you, Pastor. I staying away from the vaccine talk. Because every day I reading up and going on YouTube, I reading all what doctors and all was saying and all these scientists, and then that's still trying to come up with different reasons as to what's going on and what's happening and what you should do, from what you should do. I reading all there. I ain't arguing nothing here what I don't know about. Thank you. Go on.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Pastor Guru. Pastor Guru, people don't read and understand what's really going on. They say you can still get it even though you get the vaccine. You know, you could still get it. You may not end up in ICU, you know, but you could still get it. I don't know what's wrong with people. You're talking about why Dr. Rowley's so afraid if you take it, you know.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi. I want to send a message to Manu. He has a secret admirer. I love his voice.
Hey, Manu, you get you. Manu.
Hi, Pastor Coco. I'm from Tobago. Coming from Tobago. We're not getting you on on YouTube. I don't know what is going on.
All right, I don't know. Well, once you're talking vaccine, you can get on on Facebook, you know. I mean, on YouTube. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Mr. Fine, you will.
Where you going? Yeah, what can understand? This talking about the Chinese jab is communist. And the waiting on the Cuban jab. Cuba is communist too. So I don't understand them.
Oh, God. You telling me, boy?
Understand? Well, Saudi boy, I'll pass on there tomorrow, drop something off for all you.
Yeah, man. Where you dropping off?
It's for Aisha and Sharon with the food drive.
Okay.
And the food drive still on?
Yes, my food drive still on.
You have a food drive too?
Yes.
All right, so I will fix that tomorrow now. Right?
All right.
Mommy sauce. All right, all the sauces.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Good afternoon.
Yes. And I listen to everybody. And what it is I understanding. Now people looking to push their narrative on other people. Now in life, there is freedom. And if you want something, you do not want it. And if you want it, you could take it. But don't try to push. I take polio, I take all. And
Mr. Andrew, you're breaking up really badly, you know.
You hear me?
I think I hear you better now.
Yeah. Vaccine, okay, I take polio, all these things, and never come back. Now people can't make me a fool.
Wait, just now, what you said? You take polio and all these vaccines and what?
They have yellow fever, they have all these other vaccines.
Right.
Pass through. And you never get it back. After you take it once, you don't come back. And you don't use wisdom are using, not
right.
Education.
Mr. Andrew, you're breaking up really badly, you know. You have to call me back. Hello, good afternoon.
Papa G, I had also call back, boy. Yeah, listen. Bataria, you are so correct, brother. How come they ain't doing research on mutations? What did that dotation staff talking about, Dr. Rowley, is the unvaccinated that making the mutations that will endanger everybody. Now, as a matter of fact, a vaccinated person could deal with if you're unvaccinated too, and you could end up in the hospital also. But it's the mutations that we're talking about. All you talking, all your rubbish. Do the research on how a vaccine does, how a virus does mutate, and keep all like a parallel hand in this bacchanal that the whole world struggling with now. But I have a good afternoon, boy. Later.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google again.
Right. So I want to engage you a little bit, right? And I want to ask you some questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead, Pastor.
All right. When you get a yellow fever vaccine, right? What the yellow fever vaccine supposed to do?
It's supposed it's an inoculation that as I said, I know medical science, so me not small. It's an inoculation saying not to transmit and to get the yellow fever vaccine.
For you to get the yellow fever. All right. So does that mean that if you get in contact, we're talking layman terms here, because I keep hearing people saying something And when I keep, it not resting on me properly.
But it's a coronavirus, you know.
Yes, but listen to this now.
It's a respiratory virus.
Right. So first to begin, the novel coronavirus, it is still novel because you don't know how the viruses operate.
People only mean novelty means that's new.
Right. So my question is, if I get a vaccine for yellow fever and I get in contact with somebody with yellow fever, what does the vaccine do? What does that mean? Does that mean that if the yellow fever if I was to contract yellow fever, the vaccine is going to do what?
It's going to build an immune system
to fight it off, right?
To fight it off.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. People who got the COVID-19 vaccine, they are saying that if you get the vaccine, it doesn't mean that you wouldn't get the virus. It means that you could contract the virus, but you would not be in a severe state like how I was. All right? So how I was, where I couldn't breathe properly and having all the major symptoms, they're saying that you could contract it. You will contract you will contract the virus, but you are not going to go through the same dramatic symptoms like somebody who is not vaccinated. Now listen to me, right? My question is, and that is why I'm going to get somebody from Pahu to sit here, because let me tell you something. Let me tell you this. The people who are saying or who are arguing against the vaccine, right? My discussion, I'll start off with the discussion with them from this point. Which vaccine you're talking about? Because if you're anti-vaccine, right, that means you're anti-vax, you're against all vaccine for the COVID-19. But Cuba make a vaccine, Russia make a vaccine, South Africa make a vaccine. Which vaccine you're against?
Right. Okay. Exactly. Good point. This one coming too. If you're all the non-vaccinated, all the anti-vaxxers. If you get a nail joke today or tomorrow past Google, or a rusty galvanized cut your piece of steel, and you end up in a casualty in emergency hospital, and they ask you if you got a tetanus injection previously, and you tell them no, would you refuse a tetanus injection? And you step on a rusty nail, or you get cut from a rusty galvanized. Would you refuse it? All the anti-vaxxers, right?
They would tell you that. No, they wouldn't. You know what they would tell you? I would tell you what they would say to you. And this has been another one of the arguments that they are bringing forth. They are going to say to you, no, I will take the vaccine for the tetanus injection because they took 10 to 5 years to make that injection.
Because this is a novel coronavirus. It's a new virus and it keeps mutating. It's a new virus, a moving target. All we're talking about communists, Russia, all the people who hate America but always up and down in America, and that the white man out to get us. Is China and America not in a global war, an economic war? Right? So why not take the Chinese vaccine? Why only China is communist, Cuba is communist, Russia is also in geopolitics? All these three major countries is in geopolitics war with America. So you can't tell me you're against vaccines, but you want the Cuban vaccine. But you don't want the Chinese vaccine. Which Chinese vaccine now, Pastor Google, they are saying that the Chinese vaccine is more, it builds a stronger resistance against the Delta variant. The same vaccine that they don't want from China. And all the people who are talking about Cuba, I tell you, Pastor, I don't know. They lie down in a hospital. I lie down in a hospital in Cuba for 3 weeks to a month. And I could tell you half of them never went to a communist country. And I could tell you what I saw. And the doctors in the hospital that I went, twice I went to Cuba, don't look like me and you. and the majority of nurses. The blacks in Cuba who was in the hospital was doing a certain janitorial service looked like me and you. So all this set of black talk and all this set of communist talk and I want a Cuban vaccine. When I ask the doctors and the people in Cuba, they don't even know where Trinidad is. I'm telling my Prime Minister was here a couple months ago, Mr. Deceased Mr. Manning. He was in another hospital not too far from me and they don't even know where Trinidad is. So why is we always want to hold on to things in this great way, like we have this great knowledge over everybody, and we so bright, and we have a doctorate, and we know everything, and we're experts on everything? Right? I am saying to you to end, Pastor, the vaccine that is available, the same communist country that they support, they want the vaccine from, that they are against the white man is bringing something for we. China is also communist as well. And as I told them, 3/4 of them have not went to Cuba. I went to Cuba. I went to the medical system. And the doctors in Cuba do not look like me and you. So who they really trust? They are white Cubans. So then the point is mute. They're selling people garbage because they feel they brighten everybody. And that's what they're doing, Pastor Google. They're pushing fear in people's throat. Just go and take the vaccine. Who could take a vaccine? Who could be vaccinated in order to stop mutations, in order to not pass it on to other people. Thanks, Pastor Google.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor. How are you?
I am good, man.
Yeah, you're on a big topic today, boy. Well, let me tell you something. I heard you mention about how come they develop, people asking how come they develop it so fast and how come so fast. I want to ask us something here. When the first car was invented, how fast it used to go? You said it's about 15 miles per hour, right?
Mm.
We have invented cars now that gain you 0 to 60 in 10 seconds. And some faster like a Bugatti. Right? 7 and 5 seconds and thing them fellas and them hitting. So, as time go by, we are able to make better, faster, stronger. Not true?
Yep.
So, this whole question that they are trying to put into the public about, it do so fast. You see, one of the reasons why it is some of the other vaccines didn't do fast enough is because it was not affecting the world. You see, if it is a certain disease came out and it was affecting a poor third world country, well, we are about to work on that right now. Did you see any big rush for them to do anything about vaccinate when it was only in China? Did they make a big rush when we had the what was the last one by even the Ebola?
No.
Did they have any big rush when they had the renewed swine flu? Because you know why? You know when they start to make fad. How fast it take to get the Tamiflu tablet? As soon as it started threatening to go to America, in about 6 weeks they had a couple 100 million doses, not sir?
Yep.
Because it was going to attack one of the big guns. So the farmer gods and them decide, hey, no. The powerhouses tell them, we want something fast because we people going on dead now. And this is the whole issue with this vaccine, why it took so fast. Now, we don't know it because we don't read it, but in 1918, and I want you to go and verify this, in 1918, during the Spanish flu pandemic, we had a vaccine was developed in India within 6 months, between 6 to 9 months. But it was not used because, again, the pharma cartel didn't want to accept that a small country in them days was an underdeveloped country as India. They still consider them underdeveloped in comparison to what they call first world civilization development countries. So they never pushed it. But because of their biasness, 50 million people died. 50 million people died. We boiling about how much people die now. It's only 4-point-something million people have passed away with this COVID. In those times, 50 million, and the world didn't have that amount of people as it does now. So you go ahead with what we're seeing now with the same theology that they had then, and do the math and see how much more people it have to die now than it had then, and see what is going to happen. If we continue along this road, we're looking in the 100 millions. Because these things just grow exponentially. I mentioned this when I saw what was going on with all the vigils. And I said, if it is we continue like this, we're going to have a problem within 3 months or 2 months' time. That was in the February. By Easter, we started to see a exponential growth, and then it went out of hand. Because we're not understanding. Now, in regards to the earlier clip that you played, the voice note with the past member of parliament, one of the reasons why a lot of people not going, and you might see the talk show host gravitating to a certain rhetoric. Yet for all, the supporters of that party go in and get vaccinated. So somehow those people that are talking for that party, you know who they're talking to? People in Lavantil, Port of Spain, Arima. They ain't talking to people down south, because the people down south not listening. The people down south listening to the Munilals and the Gopi Singhs. They're not studying what the talk show hosts, but the people on this northern side listening to those people, what they are saying, but they're not listening to what the ministers of that party say. And I don't understand the irrational logic that these people seem to be pushing and going with. I hope it is we can change. I hope we can realize, because as the man rightfully said, I'm telling people, people talking about, with faith and all this, and all that is great. Nice problem. But it's taking more faith with all what we're hearing about how you go dead if you take the vaccine. It takes more faith to take the vaccine than not to take it. Because I could say I ain't taking it, and I just stay healthy, and I try to stay away from crowds, and I wash and I sanitize and everything, and I will be cool. But as the penguin saying, you're afraid the devil, you're afraid him bad, look the devil right in your yard. You're not realizing that www.
All right. Thank you very much.
Look it up, Pastor. Look it up. Have a nice day.
Yeah, man. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor, good evening. There's a man, his father, at one time, he used to run the company called Toyota, or sell Toyota motor cars in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a radio station. He also got the virus. But he has a young lady that he carries on a program telling people, I have a gentleman this calling, and telling people, as you feel that you have some ailment, go and buy the thing they call ivermectin, and take ivermectin. And ivermectin will solve your problem. You hear what I'm saying? And he got the virus. And up to this day, he came out, must be sometime this week or me, I can't remember out when. The people who are advising taking ivermectin, he would never say, and people listening, a man who owned a radio station got the virus, sit down, doing the same thing Pastor Goodwill doing, but he has somebody telling you take ivermectin, sit down next to him, or somewhere outside, which is his co-host. Have people calling and telling people, don't worry with the vaccine, take ivermectin. But he, who got the virus, not telling us, well, here we go on, when I get all now, that will have me alive because I take ivermectin. You know that? Or he ain't telling me, well, I went on a private healthcare and pay my money, You know that? People, they wake up now, please. Pastor Google, enjoy your day.
Yeah, Pastor Google, and good afternoon. And the people are Moruga Tablan too. 6 Company, Indian Walk, St. Mary's, Button Trace, all them different trace with them African living in, they want to take it neither. Right? Number one, people don't want to take it. If people do take it, it's most of the older folks and probably the one who walk in. Right? So they're getting through to all of them not to take it.
Very interesting. I have a video from that area. Huh. If I was to show that video, some of you all, I have enough time to show that video down there. If I show you all a video I got from down there, and and you know what? The video that I got, you hear any person saying, the person admitting, the person actually admitting and saying, you know the person said? Person said, the person actually saying they want Dr. Lovell Francis to forgive them. They want Dr. Lovell Francis to forgive them for making the wrong choice because the person who they voted for promised them some stuff and that person never showed up after the election. They never see that person again. And the person talked about their road and the person showed where they're living and talk about how the member of parliament never showed up after the election. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Pastor Google.
Yes?
Yes, I am living in South. I just want to say that I picked my boat shot. And I just want people, I'll use Kamala's word, Kamala Professor's word. People who look like the UNC people, UNC supporters, they're coming in droves to take the vaccine. Hundreds and hundreds of them.
You're not serious.
One nurse exclaimed, you know, I am not seeing my people.
Wow.
So,
wow.
the vaccine faster.
Wow. That's what he just said?
Yes, man. You have a good day.
Yeah, man. Thanks very much. Yeah, so when I got that video from Dong Maruga, just trying to 6 companies somewhere down there, and the person said they apologizing, to Mr. Lovell Francis, apologizing to him and saying to him that he was working for them, and they take somebody who was working for them, to get rid of that person, and they put somebody now who don't have their best interests at heart. I want to play that video, but I'm going to play that video tomorrow. It's a lady. She said, Dr. Lovell Francis, we are apologizing to you publicly. We want the government to fix the road. We want the government to fix certain things. But when they was fixing it, we had a government that was fixing it for us. And we get rid of them. And the lady who we put don't have we best interest in heart. I said, what? Where that lady come out from?
One nurse explained, you know, I am not seeing my people.
Wow.
Yes, Pastor Google. I know they go feel it. I just sitting quiet and waiting. They go feel it. That man will they never put back up to work for we area, they're going to feel it. And I wonder why. We Prime Minister take too much from other people. Right? Because he had the authority to send back Dr. Lovell Francis. And he never did. Sometimes I just wonder. Right? And that man is to go down in Lagoon. You hear?
Who don't have their best interests at heart.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm looking to make my way out of the studio. All right? I'm looking to make my way out of the studios. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hey, will you come out?
Yeah, boy, yeah. I'll join you later.
Yeah, now, when I got that video yesterday. Somebody sent it to me. Good afternoon, Mr. Francis Paul. Let me say good afternoon, Mr. Paul. Former Councillor Paul. Somebody sent me that video of a lady crying, Crying,
Yes.
She said that Dr. Lovell Francis was seeing about their roads. It might be, you know what she say? It might have been slow, but it was coming. She said that. She said he might have been taking his time. We know that he was taking his time. but it was coming. She said, no, there are member of parliament who don't care. They don't even see her.
Well, all right. Now, you see, here's the catch-22, eh? Dr. Lovell Francis was replaced by Gypsy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's sad about this is that, all right, there came a time where, all right, Gypsy was established. And somehow, this lady that the UNC put, you see, if I'm a member of the PN, I remember being a member of a cricket team. And I fell out with some of the members. But you know, in the bigger picture, when I go to see every game, I want them to win. I wanted them to win. Although I wasn't pleased about certain things, I like my team. I didn't really say about our putting back Dr. Laurel Francis, and I might have been not in agreement with that for no personal reason, for no reason whatsoever. But supporters must learn to see if it is granted. And I keep saying this, you must have a recourse area where people disgruntled, especially close to election. And not only that, people must see the bigger picture. So somebody might like Dr. Lovell Francis, you know, but why, if that's the case, who say the person who's taking over from him cannot shape continuity? And that's the area of concern for me. That somebody like Dr. Lovell Francis, he didn't go back. So he didn't give Dr. Gypsy the support. Gypsy is only the catalyst for the PNM. So you vote him back in, and listen, we take the row. Now, I'll put our next lady, and now I know personally that girl, as nice as she is, she can't do anything for inside it. If she don't know even how to represent, she's a nice girl, but she can't. She can't. And I'm telling you before I go past the Google, there's a lot of women that push that whole thing, which is Gypsy not being elected. Because you might not like him, but love the PNM. And that's the picture I want people to face. Stop being selfish. Look what we're going through today. Look, I was waiting for the video for tomorrow, please God. But I'm just about this because you know why? That is my constituency. That is my constituency. And I don't want to be hypocritical when the girl walked down in my area. I know that I'm not going out there to say anything. I said I wanted Gypsy to win. Although, all right, people were disgruntled, put it away. And to be honest, too, Dr. Lovell Francis should have pushed a little more for that, too. Sorry to say that, Pastor Google, but I feel he should have pushed a little more in saying things to say, hey, I'm going, but support my brother. I ain't get that. If he said it, I didn't hear it. Take care, brother. All the best.
All right. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon, Pastor Good.
Yes, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, Pastor Good.
Yes, caller. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Caller, you have to talk really quick. Time going.
You hear me?
Yes.
Good. Yes. What I want to say is good afternoon to Trinidad and the rest of the world. And what I'm saying, I already jab. Okay? I'm a perfect jab. And I will jab again if it comes to that. And I want to say to people, you know, they're studying about who took vaccine way back and then in that time and whatever. You have to realize that things moving very fast these days. And science is so far, now so advanced in the world today. And people who fear, I fear no evil. So I take in any vaccine, I feel nothing can really hamburg me that people put into my system with any kind of ill intent. That's the kind of faith I have. You understand? So have no fear. You see, this is modern times. Right now you could sit down and talk to your phone and say, call this one. That's to tell you how technology today is moving very fast, and so is science and everything else. Everything else is with speed.
All right.
So don't worry. All right?
Thank you.
I took this Sinopharm 2 doses. Pastor Google, the Sinopharm make me feel younger, energetic, make me enjoy good rest, and I am proud and happy. I took the vaccine to protect myself. Stay blessed.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google?
Hi.
It's delay. Yes, how are you?
I'm all right.
You're all right. Some time ago, you was to do something for me.
I did it, ma'am. I'm still waiting for the person to organize.
Sweetheart, up to now they organize. Things get worse because my whole cupboard fall down. And they promised to repair because it's over how much $1,000 in where's that breakup now?
Okay, well, the next step I think you have to take is legal action.
Well, this is what I was thinking.
All right, so you have to call me off air now and let's talk about it.
All right, okay.
Okay then, all right.
Because whenever I call you, I can't get in. It will be so hard to get in on morning to even tell all you good morning.
All right.
All right, dear. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Messenger. Hey, messenger. Kelly on the beat, boy. Kelly on the beat.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
I want to tell Mr. Rowley Jr. They didn't want gypsy. Arnold didn't want gypsy. You hear what I'm telling you, Mr. Rowley? And you see when the PNM said they didn't want nobody, all you could do all you want. We don't want them. Thank you very much.
Wait, just now, don't come off. You listening? Okay, so they took that position, right? They took that position. Don't care what you tell me, I don't want that, I'm not taking that. But right now, there are people who are losing their homes because of landslip. There are people who are losing their homes. There are people who were the member of parliament, when she was walking around, she promised them certain things to help to alleviate certain things. And the last member of parliament was working on all the landslips in that community.
Well, let me continue now. I could testify to this, Pastor Gugu. I went down Moruga in 2019, I passed in Lengua Road, and it's hundreds of landslips they're dealing with. If you understand what I'm saying.
Right? And the member of parliament was working on it.
That was listen to what I'm saying it now. It had one major landslip. I don't know the area, but I sure you know what I'm talking about. It's the biggest landslip they see about in that area to get the traffic moving east, west, north, and south. If you was showing you, that is to tell you how important that landslip was. And as I show you, it had other landslips, even on that Lengua Road and even on the Princess Song, that road.
So then, for me, then they should have looked at the bigger picture. Because the bigger picture is that right now, to be quite honest with you, and I have videos and I'm going to show them tomorrow. Right now, people are losing their homes.
Well, when I went down,
so you prefer to say I don't want gypsy or I don't want this one, and put a UNC person who you're not even seeing.
Well, listen to what I'm showing it now. Even though it's like that, I still think the Ministry of Work should go down there, assess the situation, and see what.
Yeah, but the Ministry of Works could only do. Remember, your member of parliament is the one that lobbies for you. So even though you say no, the Ministry of Works should still go down there and do whatever. Your minister, all right, let me show you an example. Like my drain in front of my home. I'll show you an example. Yeah. The drain in front of my home collapsed. Right? It's my member of parliament who I have to go to lobby for me.
Well,
but if my member of parliament,
every member of parliament should be councillors.
No. That is works. That drain is not councillor. That drain is works. That drain is not councillor problem because my councillor living a little way from me. So he said that is works. But I'm saying to you, is a member of parliament who lobbies for you.
Yeah.
And if you're a member of parliament, if you move your member of parliament and put somebody who don't care about you, what are they going to lobby for?
Well, listen to what I'm saying it now. The next election, it is going on. They have to be removed. Thank you very much.
Why they should have never moved in the first place?
Exactly so.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon again, Pastor Google. Let me talk to you off air, please, now. When you reach home sometime, let me explain to you my situation because I'm a senior citizen. I can't even walk my leg giving me trouble and all of that. I'm 82 years old. So I want to talk to you off the air, right? And I'll tell you exactly what's happening. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you very much, darling. Thanks. God bless you.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Last caller.
Pastor Gogo, right. Yeah, I'm glad how you confront the gentleman because it's a myopic way of, how to say, PNM supporters. If they'll work with a member of parliament and he has to change. Let me tell you something. It's a comfort zone. Pastor Gogo, these are things, I'm talking from personal experience, where you're locked into somebody as a representative, not so much in the politics, but you have a representative and he has to move. What he moves with is supporters. The person to keep the supporters there is the man who's moving. And you see, it's almost dwarfishness. That's why I don't understand the bigger picture, and it's mostly among our people. I saw it. When I saw the movement, I said, hey, I tell my wife, I said, you see them people? They're taking things personally because they're locked into Lovell Francis and not the PNM. So they were locked into Lovell Francis. So it's Lovell move. They move with Lovell. So when Lovell is today, so you're getting the PNM where, boy, I'm emotional about that. You know why? Because I am telling you, what Dr. Lovell Francis was doing, Gypsy would have continued, to me, with more support because there are areas in Moruga Tableland, even in my area, need fixing. But I know the UNC, I don't like the UNC in the way how they manage our affairs. It's not being no African thing, Pastor Google, they don't manage the affairs properly. They don't have cohesion, they're disorganized, and the race factor comes into play. Right? And that country you're talking about is on a major road that they need repaired.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, man.
A little bit.
I'm out of here, children. We're going to talk to you guys tomorrow. Please, God. Tomorrow's what, Friday? Tomorrow, Pastor McKenzie should be in studio. I invited him as a guest to talk about the vaccine. All right?
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpsons Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
Job Optimum Health and